So much incredible stuff.
Yes.
Listen, first of all, I just want to, my heart's gone out to everyone in the restaurant business. You know,
oh my gosh.
It's been such a crazy time throughout the country. One thing we did at Gwen, our little butcher shop, is we had people coming in, picking up their fresh meat, and they were saying, you know, everybody's out of everything. So we started stocking eggs and fruits and vegetables for the community, and it's a time for us all to come together. But as we know, food in different parts of the country, some places it's really scarce, some places there's still plenty of it. But what we have for you today is so amazing as an offer, Marlo, and please take the time to go to hsn.com and check out all of the different things we have available, because we have steaks and salmon and bacon wrapped shrimp and beautiful pork, and it all gets delivered to your house on dry ice.
And that's exactly what you need. All right, so our deal of the day happens to be our 3 to 3.5 pound boneless pork roast. This is the biggest value in the entire show. So I'm gonna ask the chef to walk us through all the details. If you would like to order, it's on 5 credit card payments. It's $12.50. It's the first time it's been on air. So chef, tell us all about it.
Well, I'll start with it right up here, Marlo. This is what it looks like once it's defrosted.
Okay.
Now, of course, we're shipping it to you frozen on dry ice. It'll come in a poly box and perfectly frozen, solid like a rock, right? So this is a beautiful big pork roast. It is the loin. So you can see there, it's got a little fat on the top, but very, very lean on in the center. And in fact, let me go ahead and show this to you, Marlo, because I can pick that up. You can see what that is. It's what you would call a pork chop if it was cut, but it's a big 3-pound roast. Now, this is Duroc pork, and I'm gonna come over here and start cutting it, Marlo, because wait till you see how juicy it is, and you're gonna see me playing with my new toy. It is my electric knife, and you guys are gonna fall in love with it just as much as I have. But have a look at this pork.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, can you see how juicy and wonderful?
That looks so good.
And look at how wonderful that is. And if I just go ahead,
I want the knife too.
Isn't that knife incredible?
So is this brined? Is it seasoned?
It sure is, Marlo. So what we do is we brine it with lemon, a little bit of salt, and then of course some fresh herbs.
Look at how juicy that is.
Can you see how juicy that is? Now I'm cutting it with my electric knife, which allows me just to glide on through.
I've got to order this from my mom and send this to my mom.
But if you don't have one, it doesn't matter. You can use a normal knife, and it's still, let me just show it to you with a normal knife, how it still just glides on through. And you see just how juicy and wonderful.
So let's tell everybody a little bit about your background, especially when it comes to the butchers, because I don't know if everybody knows the whole story. So will you share it with everybody?
I sure will. So what we do, I started as a butcher actually before I was a chef, and then I opened my first little butcher shop in Hollywood. It's there on Sunset Boulevard, and I know that not everybody can get in there, but what we do is we work with small family farms. We go out, of course, we meet all the farmers that we buy from, and as a butcher, it's my responsibility, my job to bring you the finest quality, right? And then, of course, we're gonna age it, and we're gonna do all of the things that we need to do. Depends if it's beef, or if it's lamb, or if it's pork, or if it's chicken, even gorgeous fish. So, this is Duroc pork. It's a domestic breed Duroc, and what that's known for is succulence and tenderness. And it's such a beautiful, you know, a little bit of marbling through the meat will give you that beautiful juiciness, but then the flavor, Marlo, I don't know if you tried yours, but when you bite into it, juicy.
So if we weren't practicing the whole social distancing thing, I would be eating through this thing, and you already know that, right? Right? I've got to say this. I want you to walk us through how to prepare it. If you would love to order, let us know. Single shipper, auto ship, the biggest value. It's our delicious deal of the hour. So incredible. Already completely brined. Explain to us a little bit about the brining process.
So what we do is we make a solution with that salt, the citrus, and the herbs. And then what we do is we just with tiny little needles, we pierce the meat, right? We then soak it in that brine. So that brine, in the same way that you would brine a turkey, soaks up and takes on some of that flavor.
But that takes hours, doesn't it?
It does take hours, yeah. Actually, overnight, we do it for 12 hours. So what you're doing is you're taking on all of the tenderness, which gives you that beautiful succulence when you're eating it. But then, of course, that gorgeous flavor. So it's just lightly seasoned, so you don't even need to add salt and pepper to this, you guys. It is done and ready to roll. I'm gonna go ahead and bring these slices of pork up again. Now, let me talk to you about the cooking, Marlo, because it's very, very easy to cook. We are launching our air fryer.
Oh, You can buy it now.
This is going to be our today special. You can buy it right now.
You can buy it now. It's fabulous.
We're launching that at midnight. That's going to be our today special, and it's such an incredible value. It has a rotisserie function, and if you see in here,
oh, look at that.
We just put this one on, so that's just starting to rotisserie.
I want to take that entire one home.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody touch that one.
It's going to get golden brown and fantastic. You can cook it in a regular oven.
Wow.
You can cook it in a pan, Mother. You can actually sear the top of this pork.
Do we take it out from frozen and defrost, or
yes,
from
you do.
frozen?
You take it out frozen.
Okay.
You defrost it.
Okay.
So you take it out in the morning, be ready to cook that night. So just leave it in your refrigerator.
Put the oven on what?
I mean, Marlo, look at this.
Is it 350? What do we put?
So you can cook it a little higher to start. So you might go all the way up to 375 for the first 15, 20 minutes.
Uncovered or covered?
Uncovered.
Okay.
Because you want to get that golden brown. You can see that gorgeous golden brown there. I mean, look at that juiciness. And then, of course, what you'll do is you'll turn it down and give it another, what did you give it, Matt? Another 30 minutes at like...
45 at 250.
Yeah, 250.
So 375 for a few minutes, then turn it down and just let it slowly cook at 250.
Mala, here's what I want everyone to understand.
It's beautiful.
Days, can you see
look at how juicy it is.
The days of pork needing to be cooked well done are over. You no longer have to cook it well done. You can cook it pink, right? Now, not rare. You don't want to eat pork rare, but now don't worry. If you want to eat this well done, like this is just cooked through, right, then that's going to still be delicious, succulent, and juicy. I mean, you can see it right there, Mala, every slice that I cut. And I'm doing this on purpose without my electric knife, so you get to see just how juicy and succulent.
I love both of the things that you're using. You use the electric knife, and I love that fork.
Well, I mean, look at how easy it is with the electric knife. You just glide through.
How many people approximately can 3 to 3.5 pounds serve?
That's a great question, Marlo, because I was talking with Matt before. The truth is it can probably serve up to 10.
Okay.
And let me go ahead and slice it, because every family's going to be different. Some families have greedy people like me in them, Marlo, and I eat a lot.
Exactly, and I do too, you know that.
Matt, have we got one more there? Because I want to show everyone just how I can portion it for them. Yeah, thanks, Matt.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
I'll go ahead and I'll cut through this, Marlo, so you really get to see.
Can we get a shot of the one that Matt just took out of the oven so that you can see what it looks like? It's beautiful.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's just thrown in the oven and roasted. Very, very simple and easy. Easter is coming up, guys. We'll probably be at home with our
It's in 3
families,
weeks.
But this
3 weeks from today.
Perfect thing for Easter. Okay, so let's talk portion size. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slices, and I'm about halfway through.
I ain't social distancing from that.
Come on over,
Listen,
have a taste.
A woman has her limits. I'm telling you.
Here's a plate for you, girlfriend.
Thank you.
There you are, my darling.
Oh my gosh,
amazing?
look at how juicy that is.
Yeah, so you're taking home 16 slices
What in
of
the
this pork
world?
roast.
Oh my gosh.
I'm all about this electric knife, though.
11.
Can we show the information, Allison, about the... I know, isn't it?
I'm like a caveman over here.
You are a cave woman.
Oh my gosh,
So that's
good.
12 slices, and I still have
Look
this
at this
piece to
electric
go.
knife and how perfect it makes
Holy
it.
moly,
You can
man.
get every single slice perfectly even, Muller, and that's what's so cool about it.
Oh my gosh, that is
Very
delicious.
You gotta hit me up with some more of that.
Yeah, so that's 16 slices.
That's
Here, my
delicious.
darling. Even the end
my
piece
gosh.
here that I'm about to give you is still, by the way, this electric knife that you're seeing, see how there's no cord?
I want
see
that.
how I can just wander around with it?
Ain't you fancy?
Of course, so isn't that
So is
great?
it the brining process that makes it that moist?
Isn't it unbelievable?
You don't need
So
to add a
salt,
thing to it.
Lemon, we put some fresh herbs. So the actual flavors that you're tasting, yes,
wow.
the Duroc pork, of course, the breed of this
It's
pork
delicious.
is so important. It's
Holy
a domestic
moly,
Duroc.
man.
We get this from a small family farm out of Pennsylvania. Very, very delicious pork. And you know,
I can't believe how juicy this is.
I think it is nice to balance
That's
your
amazing.
diet between red meat,
Have you guys tried
white
it? It's
meat.
I think so too.
delicious.
Gee, when I get it at home, how would I want to make it in an air frying oven?
We've got you taken care of.
Really? And how long might it take in an air frying oven?
Look, if you're going to do it on the rotisserie, it's probably going to take about 40 minutes.
Okay.
If you want to do it on the air fryer setting, you can probably do it in about 30.
Come on.
Very, very quick. Now, you're going to have to rest that. After it comes out of the oven, you will need to let it rest. The juices will redistribute and just be so fantastic.
Oh, my
Is it the
Lord.
juiciest piece of pork you've ever eaten? It's so good.
Okay, that is like out of control.
Isn't it so good? Now, I'm going to actually come up here. Now, you wouldn't do this, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it for you. What did I do with my other knife, Matt? Did you steal it from me?
No, I did not.
It was not me.
Oh, you did steal it. Thank you, mate.
Oh,
okay,
my
so let me
goodness.
see here. This is my pork roast, right?
Wow, wow, wow.
You've taken it out in the morning, you've defrosted it. Here's another idea. If you wanted to cut some steaks off this, you absolutely could. So you can see how you've got that beautiful fat cap on top, which is going to render down, but then that beautiful, luscious pink meat. So if you wanted to go ahead and cut a couple of these into little scallops, of course you can. And then you can still go ahead and roast some of that big piece.
Oh,
the other great thing
man.
about this, Marlo, of course, is the leftovers that you'll have, right? So when you're cooking something that's 10 people, I said, it feeds 16 slices of pork, you know, the portion cost here, you're talking about somewhere between $4 and $6 per portion.
Wow.
Which, by the way, that's a fast food hamburger, you guys.
It is.
And
Well,
the
think about
flavor
what you
and
would
quality
pay
here.
if you're going out for Easter brunch, which none of us are going to be doing that, right?
true.
Because in 3 weeks, it's just not going to be
wow.
possible to do it. But if you've gone out for Easter brunch before, what do you pay per person?
Right.
It could be as much as what, $55,
$15,
$65
$20,
per
$40.
person.
Right.
Right. So when you're looking at this, feeding about 10 to 12 people, this is reasonable. And by the way, it tastes divine.
It does.
And you know
I
what, Molly?
cannot even, I tried a piece, it melts in your mouth. You don't
Wow.
need to add a thing. It's super juicy.
Yeah.
And if you would like to buy it, you get the single ship or the auto ship, but this is for a
getting this.
limited time.